asking. Okay, like, wasn't doing it with that sole intention. I was like, I never went in asking for information. I was just like, okay.
I have a question.
Are you live?
I'm live. I'm live. Surprise! I have a question. How do you feel knowing that Kevin blamed you for the $25,000?
I mean,
how are you okay with this?
I don't know. It's weird because I feel like the person who started putting the whole 25,000 thing, pitting it against me, was Paul. It was all Paul's idea. And because Kevin was kind of just like, oh, let me lean on Paul, he just kind of let Paul do it. But it's like the fact that Kevin let him do it, like, at all kind of pissed me off because we were so close.
Yeah.
I felt like.
That's why I believed it was because it was coming from Kevin, and you guys were so close.
Did Kevin tell you that he thought I...
Not until after you were evicted. He kept me, Cody, Elena, and Mark all in the dark.
See, but that made sense that he...
Yes.
See, once I was out, I was like, okay, Kevin, sure, pin it on me, I don't care. Like, I was about to pin it on her because people were pinning it on me, but I was like, I'm not trying to deal with this because possibility of a buyback or whatever. So I was just like, I mean, I'm just gonna, like, let it... I don't know. It was just, like, a weird situation.
Someone just called you Potato Head. Y'all, be nice. There's a lot more I Love Ramses than Potato Head. Rude.
No, but what happened to
I didn't
you
brush
is
my hair today, guys.
They were pinning it on you, but, like, if you watch the challenge, you literally fell in the middle.
Yes.
There was, like, a time.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
But he also almost
I
cried.
did really bad about this
I was
competition.
like, did he really fall, or was, like, that him losing? So, like, even though I was your friend,
Was he just that bad?
I don't think so, but he did fall at the same time, so I wasn't really sure. But I still didn't. I think you would have told me, so I kind of was just like, fuck. Yeah. And I told you straight up, I didn't care who won it. Like,
Someone wants you to talk in your mom voice.
Jillian! Get ready for my I told ya, you gotta go with the pink one. You know what? I don't care what you say. I don't care. You gotta wear what I told you to wear. It looks the best. The worst of the best.
And then people want a striptease from Cameron.
Yeah.
Cameron striptease! Woo! Do it! Do it! Do it!
It didn't even get me any.
We're waiting. I missed the
Come
show.
on, we want to see you back
You
it
should have
up.
been like Ramses and walked in.
I walked in and it was hilarious. It was so funny. I see one ass cheek out and I instantly just turn around. I'm like, it was literally like this. It was like, no. And I remember you and Elena just sitting there cracking up.
Dying! Cameron's day one striptease. Dom, do you want to rap for us?
Oh my gosh.
Dom, how do you feel about Elena's speeches?
I think it's cute.
Okay. Ooh, we're getting good. Okay, hold on. All right, get the popcorn. What's that?
It's cute, right? So, what's the expression? Imitation is the
Highest form of flattery.
Yeah. So keep at it, girl.
Ooh.
I mean, it verifies what I did not say. By the way, it makes sense. So she wants to use my lyrics.
She was
That's fine.
stumbling over what she
Yeah,
Yeah.
Should have been a little bit more. I know that's your best friend, but you should have been a little bit more prepared. She was gonna imitate me.
They were bad speeches that night. But she made 2 of them like that, didn't she? Oh gosh.
I'm like, Elena, let it go. What is your problem? Let it go. It's okay.
But did you think that Elena had something to do with your eviction?
Yes, absolutely.
And do you still feel that way?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So and just like when we had our conversation, I told you we had that 3-4 a.m. conversation.
Yes.
It was so the reason why I had an issue with Elena is because I felt like she knew the night prior that I was going on the block. I would have had major respect for her, just like I had with Mark. Although Mark did me wrong, he told me, he said, Dominique, they're thinking about putting you on the block the night prior. And I give him respect for that. And I thought that Elena and I had that same kind of relationship that she would tell me. I mean, it was out of her control in a sense because she couldn't control Alex, clearly. I just would have appreciated if she had said, hey, Dominique, let you know they're thinking about putting you on the block, but this is what we're going to do. Because I would have done the same thing for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do you think Elena for sure knew that you were going up or no? Because I can vouch for her that she was like hardcore, like even to the like before the blow up, like she was vouching to try to get you votes. Like,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
was, like,
Yeah. So I heard that. I did hear that. We had a one-on-one, and everything that she said, she heard that I said. Because one thing about Dominique, although I'm nice, I'm cool, very put together, I own mine. So if I say something about you, and you ask me about it, sure, babe, yeah, I said it. Now what? Let's move on. Like, that's just who I am. And so I told her, she asked me about the things that I said, and they were all speculation. And it was so crazy because the people that said that they had it all mixed up, and I asked her, I said, I bet you they didn't tell you that. I was 50% unsure, and I was going to allow time to confirm what I thought to be true. And so based on her actions, even after the fact, it wasn't cool. Like, I had that one-on-one during all of that. Once I was on the block, once I had that little explosion, and when we had that little issue or that confrontation, I had that confrontation with Paul in the room. She didn't say anything. Like I was just like, okay, well, this is what we're doing.
it has to be,
Yeah. And I mean, like, again, I get it. A
Someone
part of
said,
me-
Cameron, wake up.
Yeah. I get it. A part of me, I get it. I thank her for defending me. That's cool. I just felt like I thought we had a different kind of relationship, and it's very apparent that we did not.
And it's like the people that you trusted were in that
Yes.
room and nobody vouched for
Not one person.
Yeah.
Not one person.
you. Yeah.
Are you, what time are you
And
talking
then, so,
about?
oh yeah. So, and I think that.
What was your question?
What time are you talking about? Are you talking about
When Dominique was evicted the week of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Paul
Alex
came
was-
up was like,
Yeah, that stupid thing.
Yeah. So Alex told me. So Elena said that Alex said that I said her name, and I'm like, I never gave names, and if I did, maybe I'm just having a brain fart because I don't remember giving names.
Why did you go to Alex though? Why did you say?
Alex is so untrustworthy.
Alex, there's a tempter.
You said, why did I do
She
that?
loves Alex.
So I did that.
Wah, wah. Pass.
You guys were an alliance of 8 coming after us.
No, it was not. It was never an alliance.
Me and Jillian would
know
be
what to
making
do.
so much fun of that. I was like, this is the most obvious 8-person alliance in here. We're just talking about it all the time.
But it was never
my
an
God.
alliance.
We knew you were coming for us, and then what did we
It
have? We
seemed
didn't
like
know what
it.
to do.
Yeah, we were
didn't
just
know
like,
what
what
to do.
do we do? We don't have the numbers. Like,
Yeah.
and then like she was on the block at that. It was just like, it was like such a weird situation.
So Alex
So
told
why
me
did
to
you go
answer
to
your
Alex?
question. Alex
Yeah.
told me, because so this is what was.
She went right to suck Paul's dick. Go figure. Immediately after. Pass.
Paul's like, hey, let's work together.
Yes,
She's like, so-
absolutely.
oh yeah, let's fucking do it.
But she didn't tell me that. So Alex, so Elena kept emphasizing that I go talk to Alex, which is very suspicious. Paul kept emphasizing that I go talk to Alex, which was very suspicious. And this is way before Noms. And so after Noms, I went to talk to her. No, before Noms, I went to talk to her, and she was like, Dominique, I'm letting you know someone on your team is throwing you under the bus. If you figure it out, she said, if you figure out who it is, I will take you off the block, is what she told me.
What?
That's exact word for word.
That's so bizarre.
She said, if you call this person out, I will take you off the block myself, is what she told me. So I was like, all right, cool. This is what we're doing. And so I prayed and I asked God, and it was Paul. And so the plan was to, and out of respect for Alex, because I didn't know what was going on.
That doesn't make sense for Alex to say something like that.
Right. So I didn't know what was going on with her. I thought
She's
she was
terrible.
trustworthy.
She
She's
wanted
the
to
worst
blow
at
up-
this game.
The problem was with her, she wanted to blow up the couple's alliance.
Mhm.
So by you going out there in front of your whole alliance and saying that, it would have caused friction
Yeah.
in your own group, and that's what she wanted.
Right,
That's what I'm
right.
saying.
Yeah.
She's
By
probably-
calling out Paul wasn't in a
Like,
showman.
she was saying- I think they were saying
Until
Elena.
now.
Yeah.
They were saying Elena. Okay.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
Paul was gonna
Sorry.
protect Elena.
Oh, shit.
So this is the thing though. Like even with Alex,
Alex?
I don't know.
Alex was recruited 3 weeks before the show started.
Seriously?
Her and Christmas were 3 weeks before show start.
Oh my god.
You are not allowed to talk about production.
Meanwhile, I applied way back in February.
Cameron, question for you.
Okay.
I hear you almost, well, I guess I saw it too, but you almost beat Cody in the battle back.
Yeah.
How did that feel? What was going through your head?
I'm sorry, by the way. Let me say that again.
Alright, as they're getting knocked out, Dom's like, get a better social game. I'm like,
What? Wait, when did you say that?
we're like, after they got knocked out, Jillian is like, hugs me, get Paul out. I'm like, I'm gonna go to Dom, get some more info. Get a better social game. I'm like, what? Yeah.
I was like, oh wait, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that, but it was all like from my heart, because somebody told me that I was your target, and I'm like, you don't even know me.
I don't have
He was there for one day. He didn't have a
I
target.
didn't even know anybody's names. I'm just like, hey, could you come into the room with me? And then, oh god, it was awful. What was the question?
Oh, sorry.
How did it feel that you almost, as you were like competing in the second round of the battle back, you almost beat Cody? What was going through your head?
Oh, I was like,
And where did it go wrong?
well, I don't know. Cody just started, like, hitting them all. It's not like I changed my strategy up. I should have probably done it. But from my understanding, I still haven't watched that episode. But from my understanding, it's he just started, like, using it not as hard. Or
He switched up his strategy.
Yeah. He figured it out, and I was just keeping up my strategy. And that's where it went wrong. But I was feeling pretty confident going in there. I was, like, working out, like, every day. Trying to, because I didn't know if it was going to be a battle back or anything.
Because you were stuck in a hotel room. No.
You are not allowed to talk about production.
I can't talk about that.
Wait, but you were stuck in a hotel room.
No.
House.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Glenn was in a house too.
Yeah.
Glenn was in a house too.
Yeah.
But it was a sequester.
It was the same place.
It was a sequester house.
I thought it was going to be the same thing as last season because when I looked around, I saw Jose, like where Jose was playing volleyball, where Glenn was like cooking his food and Victor was standing awkwardly around. So I thought it was the same thing, but like, so when she got evicted, I didn't know who was evicted, but I was like, that day I'm like, alright, I'm going to go one-on-one against somebody, and they're like, they haven't told us anything. It was just, and I was just like, you're lying, and then, like, the day came and went, and I'm like, alright, I have no idea what's going on. Like, I was like, is there a Pandora's box? Am I just gonna be unleashed into the house? Like, I had no idea.
Alright. Jillian,
Oh my god. No.
question. How do you feel about the trending hashtag Raven Exposed party?
I don't really know. I mean, I don't know how to feel about Raven. I think.
I know.
I know how to feel about Raven. Bye, bitch.
We don't want to
I'm like, Jillian, have you been? What do you mean?
Crazy, and I didn't really talk to her much, but she made us cookies, so.
Yeah, with her ass scabs in it. Fucking
The weirdest, by the way.
Who eats scabs?
But she was in your alliance. What the fuck?
Did hold on. You never saw me hanging out with Raven. Ever. Like the first 2 days, and then she opened my mouth and I was like, bye, bitch. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No. What do you think about Raven saying that you're a man?
That's what I was about to say.
Where's the camera?
Well, give me a second. Let me get myself all right.
Hold on, Raven. Tomorrow when Raven comes out, I say we all start going scab. Hold on, but I want you guys to verify that this is all true. On day one, Cody and Raven slept in the round bed together, correct?
Yeah.
I can't
Cody-
verify.
Womp womp.
So Cody was the last person to walk through the door on move-in day, and he had the last choice of the beds. And the only bed that was still available was the round bed, which was Raven. So he slept in the round bed with Raven. On night 2, he won HOH, and Raven went and slept upstairs in the HOH room. She followed Cody around like a puppy dog.
Yes,
Like,
absolutely.
the way that you see her following around Matt is exactly how she followed around Cody. And Cody, literally did not do anything that made it seem like he was interested in her. She followed him around like a desperate puppy dog. It was gross. And I don't think that anything ever happened between the two of them. That girl walked into the house wanting a showman's and wanting attention. And when Cody started giving me attention, she switched her directions that same day to Matt. Matt was choice number 2. And Cody never even said in any of the episodes that he found Raven attractive, but Matt said in the episodes that he found other people in the house attractive. So
That's true.
So Raven needs to chill out.
Damn! Hashtag Raven Exposed Party. Live in person.
And in your defense, Cody also said Jessica's gonna be a problem when you first walked in.
Yes,
Yeah,
day
first
one.
day.
Day
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
There was no Raven. There won't be a Raven after tomorrow. She's done. Bye. 5 minutes
I
are
would just
over.
like to say that the first few days, I caught Matt with Christmas in the Rose Room snuggling. I told you that. Absolutely.
No way.
Absolutely. The first few days, I went in the Rose Room. Everybody's in the kitchen. And I go in there, and they're in there, and I go, oh, sorry. Sorry. I said, I'll just leave, because I'm just terrible. So I'm like, I'll just leave. They're like, no, it's okay. I'm like, no, it's okay.
No, really, I'll leave. You stay.
Then, when I saw him with Raven, I was thinking, because in the episode, he says it too, like Christmas, and I put them together. So then when he went with Raven, I thought, what happened? Like, what the heck?
Yes. Yes.
That's what happened.
That's exactly what happened, and they were never each other's first choice ever. And I'd also like to point out.
Hold on, take this back. Last point I'd like to point out. The reason I went upstairs and slept in Cody's bed on day 5 was because on day 3 and 4, Paul and Christmas were cuddling in our bed. We have a full-size bed. It is literally me and Christmas that cuddled together on day 1, 2, and 3, and 4.
Yeah, I
And day
remember that.
3 and 4, Paul came into our bed and cuddled with Christmas on days 3 and 4. 3 people in a full-size bed, not kosher. So
I
yeah.
thought you liked that because I was like, that is a little awkward, but
Yeah.
maybe that's how
See,
they
Christmas
are.
was in the middle. I was in a full-size bed, and they're spooning each other, and I'm just like, oh, okay, this is gonna be my summer. This is really cool. And yeah, I went upstairs and slept with Cody because he's way more attractive than Paul and Christmas.
Speaking of, what did you think about Paulus?
I was right about to say that.
I'm gonna give this one to Ramses. Go.
I don't know. From what Paul had said inside of the house, he apparently has a girlfriend. That's
Yes.
serious.
I'm like,
So Christmas, pronouncing her love for Paul is very scandalous.
Yes.
Because maybe him inside of the house right now doesn't see it as flirting, but when you see it from an outside perspective, it is some hardcore flirting.
Yes.
Especially when he knows he has a girlfriend outside that's waiting for him. I mean, I don't know how that's gonna go. I don't know how they put their boundaries, because relationship-wise, going into the house, I'm assuming people put their boundaries on stuff. I don't know what theirs are, but I mean, good luck Paul and good luck Christmas. I mean, that's that.
Anyone else?
Those are my thoughts.
Paulmus?
I have a question for you. I'm just having. It's a random question.
No, ask.
Okay.
She's like, no, let me go ahead and let you know.
Number one, did you and Christmas make an alliance other than that? And did you and Mark have an alliance? And then on top of that, do you think, because you both are in your 30s, do you think that Christmas is actually...
It's a tea party. It's a tea party.
I'm sorry.
I love this.
Okay.
So the first 2 questions, absolutely not. It's so crazy that people thought that. So I don't think. No, because live feeds weren't active. And I'm not gonna put this
Someone
on
just
there.
said we're way better than live feeds right now. Hitting that.
But so Christmas is not. No, we never had a alliance. When I give somebody my word, and I don't know why I played the game that naively, but I gave her my word that I wasn't gonna vote for her, and so I was gonna do that, and the entire group knew that. And I let them know, hey, I gave this girl my word. I'm not voting for her. So no alliance there. Absolutely not. It's clear that she was never loyal to me. Right. And then number 2 with Mark. No, we never had an official alliance.
A 2? I thought they had a twosome.
we never had an official alliance. So the thing between me and Mark. So live feeds were not active during this time, and I don't know if you guys remember, but we were out in the yard, And y'all know I have a for real relationship with God. I love me some God. I'm never ever gonna deny that. And
Time out. You're praying on the toilet when they showed that, and Paul was sitting outside. Girl, I rewound that, crying, laughing so many times with the music that they played. Ah,
So perfect.
so good.
So Press Paul was like, I kid you not, like when the way that CBS edited it, I was like, perfect. Because when I came out of the restroom, and I'm like, this is perfect timing. Like, that's exactly how I felt. I'm like, God just told me it was Paul, and I walk out, and, like, he's sitting there waiting on the bathroom. This is crazy. And I wish you guys could have, like, seen his face, because I was literally, like, dropping nuggets, because I already knew it was him. And so he was like, so who do you think did this? I was like, I don't know. I said, but let me paint it for you. I said, whoever the person is, it's one person that's leading the pack, and he has 1 to 2 people, he or she has 1 to 2 people working for them. He was like, you think it's me? I said, well, I hope it's not you. He was like, oh, okay. It was just the weirdest thing. But, so with Mark, I think I was, like, laying in the yard, like, working out or something like that, and...
Hashtag tea party.
I was right about to do that.
There with me, we started talking, and I heard God say one thing to him, and I said this
Hashtag better than life,
and he literally exploded emotionally. Yes, and so I...
Who started crying?
Mark.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't want to share it because this is, So I said what I heard God say, and he, like, literally exploded, and I was like, you want to take this inside? And he was like, yeah, so we go into the APSR, and we start talking other personal things that have absolutely nothing to do with me, and that's how we establish, and that's when I said, dude, you're my little brother, like, that's how we would establish a relationship. And so when we were going upstairs, it's because literally I was trying to help him to stay level-headed and emotionally sound, and I know that. And I realized it did not look good, and I even told him, I was like, dude, like, this is going to be a problem. Even with Elena, I said, this is going to be a problem because it's going to appear as if, number one, we're working together, and number two, that there's an attraction that's there. So, yeah, no alliance at all. I was just looking out for his heart.
Right.
I love that boy.
Did you ever feel at any point, like, it did come down to it, but did you ever feel like, oh, he's going to pick Elena or me? Did you ever feel like that, or no? Or you figured you pick her, don't even think about me?
Ask Mark this. I said, Mark, I'm telling you that when it really comes down to a decision being made, it's going to be between me and her. And I'm telling you because I said, if you really like this girl, ask him. I said, if you really like Elena, don't choose me. Because if you choose me, it's going to be an issue. I know this. I'm a woman. If I was in her shoes, it would be an issue. I said, so... you make the decision. If you really like her and this is something that you want to pursue outside of this house, then I'm letting you know, I'm giving you the pass so that you won't feel like, bad about it. Choose her. Like, I'm not, like, I know what I came here for. I'm perfectly fine with how
This is like our pre-jury roundtable.
I was like, this is so perfect right now. Why isn't this videoed right now?
Right.
We need to have these.
What do you mean? Why isn't this videoed right now? What is this, Ramses?
You know what I mean?
No.
This is gonna show up in a special, in an episode.
I'm just gonna leave this on my timeline for 24 hours.
And do you think that Christmas is acting young?
Do you think
Actually,
Christmas
acting
told
dumb?
me.
Oh.
Christmas told me in the first week and a half. Listen, outside of this house, I'm more mature, but being around some of these kids, I'm gonna do whatever or something like that. And I was like, okay. Do you feel that way too, or no?
you act 24/7 for the whole summer.
Preach it.
Oh my God.
Preach
In
that.
the Big Brother house, it's different.
Yeah, huh?
In the Big Brother house, it's different because that's all you're exposed to 24/7.
Right, but what's in you is always going to come out. You can't mask what's
That's
truly
true.
in you. You can probably do it, and the only pass that I give, if you've been in the military, you can be trained to not blow your cover for months. But if you don't have any military experience and you're not trained as an agent or anything within that realm of being covert.
Girl, I'm sorry, Megan. You blew your cover. I'm sorry, girl.
Wait, time out. Do you have a Miley Cyrus prayer?
Yeah, I do.
What the fuck? What is it?
The prayer or the dance?
Someone just said do it.
Do you remember we would say
sing the Hold On Throwdown.
The Hold On Throwdown as soon as...
videos online.
What? They did? We used to do that all the time because you know how they stop us from singing?
Yeah.
Me and her would be like, let's see who can sing the song the fastest
talking
before getting
fast.
yelled at. We'd be like,
Oh my
zigzag,
God.
cross the floor, shuffle, and diagonal, and she'd like dance it like super quickly too. She'd just be like...
Zigzag, step aside. Step aside 3 times.
That was so funny.
I didn't get a chance to see that.
I did not hear about that.
This just like...
I was like, what the hell is a Miley Cyrus prayer?
Me and Jillian that first week, we would do the funniest shit, you guys. And like none of it made the episodes because so much other like important things were happening. But we would do we have so many stories in just those first few weeks of like just like crazy ass shit that we would do in the house. It's so funny.
So to answer your
Yeah, the dental dam kiss didn't make this fucking show, and I'm so upset.
Shit, Jessica.
I'm so upset about it.
yeah, that was
funny.
appropriate. You know that?
It was me and Cody's first kiss. I thought it was me and Elena's first kiss. Oh, you missed it. Week 1 before live feeds, Cody and I had our first kiss, and so did Elena and I, and it was we were playing with dental dams, so there was like a dental.
Yeah, I walked in. I was in the yard. I walked in there on the floor like...
Elena and I were rolling on the floor, making out with dental dams over our
I
face.
remember that.
was
I was
so
there
good.
somewhere, probably just watching it from the counter drinking.
Oh, there was an
We
audience.
really were at the counter. I'm like...
Yeah, just there,
what
just
did I
like, what is
walk into?
happening?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm sorry. So I still didn't answer your question.
you're fine. I would just say, so my expression has been for things that are just like, are you serious right now? My expression is, Christmas is beautifully different.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Hold on one second.
Can you elaborate?
You are not a politician. What the fuck does that mean?
This is the tea party.
Yes.
No, Dominique.
Spill.
I put it like this. Christmas is what, 35?
I want to sip the real
She's
tea.
35, right?
I don't know.
She's 36?
35? 36?
No, you're right. She's 35 because she's 11. She's 11 years older than Paul.
Yeah, well, oh wow.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll just say the people that I know that are her age, guys get a pass because you know sometimes their maturity is delayed. But a woman that's 35, 36, trying not to be judgmental, I wouldn't expect that from her. And if it was just for the show, it would not still be the same today. Like who she really is would have come out by now.
Right.
Especially after like her breaking her foot. Yeah, I put it like this. I was not expecting that from a 35, 36-year-old woman. I was expecting her to be a little bit more level-headed.
Okay, my last question, Dominique.
This is like the
I'm doing
Dominique
my
show,
show.
only it's
I'm doing the
reversed.
show.
It's Julie Chen. It's Julie Chen. She's here, live in person.
I'm wearing pink, so you can't wear pink. Guys, we're making a prediction that Julie Chen is gonna wear pink tomorrow during the finale because we weren't allowed to wear the color pink. Yeah. So we're guessing Julie's wearing pink.
Is pink. Pray to God. The other one might mysteriously catch on fire tonight. Anyway, my last question to you. If somebody broke your foot, would you go after revenge no matter what?
No.
No. It looked like an accident.
Okay.
He felt so bad. And
Yeah.
Somebody
She-
said
they-
she got him for revenge. That's why they took him out.
No,
I mean, yeah, he was at the top of her hit list the entire summer. Like after that happened, it was donezo.
But do you think it was more personal directed towards because of the foot?
Yeah.
Or was it because of game? Because he was a strong competitor and he was aligned with another strong competitor.
I think it was game.
I think it was game too.
Okay, Cameron, here's a question for you.
Perfect.
This question should be directed at a girl, but I think it'll be funnier if you answer it. How do you feel about Christmas making statements that she thought Jason and Kevin were attracted to her?
Oh my god, are you serious?
When did she make that?
You didn't know this?
No.
Oh, yes. Christmas made statements. On separate occasions, she said that she thinks Kevin was attracted to her, and she thought Jason was attracted to her. So, as two married men, on national television. What do you think about these statements?
I think that she's just full of shit. Everything about Christmas drives me up the wall, and the fact that she's like throwing away her game now.
Yes.
Like she's just like, hey, you two take each other. I'm fine with coming in third. It pisses me off.
Who says that?
Final three.
So the thing that I had an issue with is she's like being like, ooh, like this bad, like macho. I got this. Everything that she accomplished in Big Brother was thrown to her.
Yes, every single thing. Every single
Did you
thing.
see my tweets the other day?
Yes, I did.
I was so angry.
I was like, I mean, like, it's one thing to brag if you literally put in the work to do so, but you didn't put in the work.
No.
Like,
And then she's so smug. In the diary room, she's like, I'm going to make the big moves.
Yeah.
And she's like holding the whatever, the key, like, she's like the king of the show. And it pisses me off. And she's like, even though I want the game, I'm going to do what's best for my game. I'm running the show. Her face.
Breaks head.
Oh my god. I think it's her stupid cheeks. And this is what you missed, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Cameron, next question. Watching the season and knowing what you know right now, and you're not allowed to say Paul, if you could handpick your alliance, who would it be?
So I would have, if I was still in the house, if I didn't get
On day one, if we're back on.
Cody, you, Mark, and Elena. That's who I would have tried to.
Fuck yeah.
That was the alliance I should have done that week that you put me up. Because I knew that I was alone, but the one thing that stopped me from talking to you and Cody about actually making an alliance, because me and Elena had a really, really good
Yeah,
connection
you did.
from day one that was never seen in the episodes. Like, we would, like, give each other information. Like, we would walk into the pantry.
We do that.
Yeah, I figured she too did. But I knew that you guys knew, and I was kind of cool with it because I would tell her how I wanted to work with you and Mark later on, but then you left, and I was like, I feel like Jody's going to be, like, a good option at this point, but I was kind of scared because you know how Paul is always everywhere.
Yeah,
with you guys.
the power of Paul.
He was really buddy with you guys, and I was like, fuck, maybe they're working with Paul, and I don't know, so I don't want to just throw out Paul's name now, which is just like paranoid thinking at this point.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I should have 100% that week, I should have been like, listen, Jessica, you guys need numbers. I'm a number that you need. If we pull in Mark and Elena right now, we can have some numbers to at least try to do something. If not, you guys are going to lose me this week. And
Well, the problem with that was Mark and Elena would never commit. Like, Mark and Elena, let me say, I wanted a Marlena and Jody alliance so bad. I really, really wanted it, but they could not commit. They were too scared to commit. They just teeter-tottered on the line. And I love them, but if they had committed, we could have gone farther. Yeah. Because you would have immediately, I would assume, like, been a part of that, and that would have been 5 people right there. You would have been a part of it. That would have been 6 people right there. So if it all came down to Mark and Elena, which is funny because everyone thinks that, like, Cody and I put Mark and Elena's game in jeopardy, but if they had just committed, we could have gotten so much further.
That's absolutely
But
true.
because they have relationship, they were friends with us. They committed to being friends with us, and they were okay with, like, talking to us, even though Paul was saying, like, if you talk to them, you're going to be next. They were okay with risking that, but they weren't okay with committing to an alliance.
Like solidifying it. And I'm tired of people saying, like, you came off the show and was like, and you saw, like, Cody is liked, and now you're like, oh, I want to be with Cody. If you look at my exit interviews, I said I wanted to work with Cody because he's a Marine and my brother is a Marine. So,
who wouldn't work with Cody,
right when I came out of the house, it wasn't like positive. When you said like I like Cody, everybody was like, oh, Cody, like immediately when we came out. And
it was too soon. Everyone changed.
Exactly. Now everybody's Team Cody, and it makes me frustrated that they're like, that they're like, oh, now that he's popular, you're like, you would have been with him, and it's like, no, I would have done what I wanted to do and got Paul out right away, but whatever.
No, I told Cody, so, and you know this, so I wanted Cody to win Battle Back because I knew he would go in and he would have the courage to take Paul out, and so when I first walked out, Cody was like,
what happened?
He was really...
Yes, and so of course, we couldn't talk, but I was like, dude, I told him
They
as
were
much
talking.
as
You.
yes, I told
and I'm
him as
just
much
like,
as I could.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, what were your names again?
Yeah, I told Cody as much as I knew because I figured he would be the person that was gonna go back in the house, and I kept emphasizing. I said, "Dude, you know who to take out. Like, take him out." And then
And here we are.
I would have taken out Paul.
If you would have came back, you would not.
No, in the DR, well, they were asking, who are you coming after when you come in the house? And I said, Paul, because I didn't get a friendship bracelet. And
you didn't want one.
he's the only person that's done anything negative to me. So I have to be like
Kinda.
forward and say,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going for Paul because I have this reason. I can't just come in and say, yeah, I'm just here for fun now. You know, I had to come in and play, and I was
Right.
going after Paul.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I mean,
I
like,
think
my
all
feelings
of us
were
were
hurt.
like, yeah, we're getting Paul out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it was hard for me to not be so blinded because Raven was just such a puppet master.
Oh my god.
Raven just had me fucking played.
Yeah.
Like, she pulled all the strings. It was crazy.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. I caught them talking twice. Paul and Raven, and that's when I realized they were working together, but I wasn't certain. And plus, I'm like, I don't know. People are so fickle in this house. I don't know if I want to share that information with anybody.
Yeah.
But I caught them talking twice, and you can tell when people are talking game in the house because they don't naturally switch the conversation. Yeah, and so I walked in twice, and they did naturally switch the conversation. And Paul had this look on his face like,
Oh, we're talking about tattoos.
Yeah, and it's just like,
Always. That was always his go-to. Oh, tattoos.
yeah.
Tattoos.
Yeah, but Paul knows everything.
Oh my
No, Raven
He
knows everything.
Yeah, Raven knows everything too. So what did she major in? I mean, what was her GPA?
Dance.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And then that whole little episode.
Raven said that me and her had a thing when I was in there.
Yes.
Yeah, she did.
Raven said that you had a crush on her.
It's like, I didn't even really know your name,
Lady.
Yeah.
And you thought she had horns under her buns.
Yeah.
I didn't have live feeds on yet, so tell people what you thought of Raven.
Yeah, so pregame, I talked shit about Raven, saying the reason she had, like, her hair in a bun is because she's covering the horns because she's the devil.
Cameron is such a savage.
This is what we meant.
Was this the entire season? Like, what the hell? Oh, he's like, I was at home.
I know.
I was in sequester.
They're waiting for a battle back.
I was reading his tweets and I'm like, who is this guy? Like, I don't
His
remember this
tweets are
character.
crazy.
Okay, I'm signing off of Instagram Live because I'm getting carpal tunnel in my wrist. So bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.